All right, so in this video, you will be able to use the coordinate plane to graph points, both from given points and from a table. So we're going to look first at this first one. We're going to label the coordinate plane at the right. So remember that your coordinate plane is cut into 4 quadrants. So the horizontal axis is always the x-axis, and the vertical axis is always the y-axis. Remember also that you have 4 quadrants. You start counting from the upper right-hand corner, so that's quadrant 1, and then you go counterclockwise. So then the next quadrant is quadrant 2, then quadrant 3, and then quadrant 4. It is important to, or not important, but a good way to help you remember is it'll make a C for coordinate plane. So the first question asks us, or the next question then asks us to plot the following points on the graph and then name the quadrant that the point fell in. So remember that you always go over to that point and then up or down to that point. So the first number always tells you where to go over. The second number always tells you where to go up or down. Remember that this is positive and this is negative. So to the right is positive, to the left is negative on the x. Up is positive, down is negative on the y. So if I want to go to negative 4, 5, I'm going to go to the left 4, and then I'm going to go up 5, and I'm going to put point A. And since my labels are still there, I can see that I am in quadrant 2 for that question. Number or letter B goes 3, 0. So that means I'm going to go over 3 to the right and not go up or down any. So B is on the x-axis. Since it's in and on the axis, it is not in a quadrant. The point negative 2, 5 tells me to go to the left 2 and down 5. So that is point C, and that is in quadrant 3. You guys plot the next 3 and decide where they need to go. So after plotting my points, I find that D went to the right 5, up 3, and is in quadrant 1. E went to the right 10, down 3 in quadrant 4, and F didn't go over any at all, just went straight down 3 to be in no quadrant because it's on the y-axis. The next thing we want to do is be able to graph from a table. So if I give you a rule such as y equals 2x, then I want you to be able to find the points and then plot them. It's fairly easy to do this by plugging in your x value for x. So we'll do 2 times negative 2, which gives us negative 4. So then my point is negative 2, negative 4. Then I'm going to do 2 times negative 1, which gives me negative 2. So I get the point negative 1, negative 2. Then I do 2 times 0, which is 0. So the point is 0, 0. So it always goes the first quadrant and then whatever you find. And then 2 times 1 is 2. So we get the point 1, 2. And then 2 times 2, which is 4, which gives us the point 2, 4. When we want to graph these, then we're just simply going to plot them. So we're going to go to negative 2, negative 4, negative 1, negative 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 4. We would then connect them and see that we formed the line. Same thing for this one, it's just we're multiplying by 1/4. So we're going to do 1/4 times -2, and then we're going to add 2. 1/4 times -2 is -2/4, which is -1/2, plus 2 would give us 1.5. I would write this one as a mixed number or as a decimal, just because then it's easy to see where I want to plot my point. I know that -2 goes to the left 2, and then I need to go up 1, and then just about halfway in between. When I plug in -1, I'm going to do 1/4 times -1, and then add 2. 1/4 times -1 is -1/4. Added to 2 comes down to 1 3/4. There, -1 and then 1 3/4. So again, I'm going to go to the left one. I'm going to go up 1 and then just a little bit higher than the other one. And it is kind of hard to do it, but on this, you could also always, let's do it this way. Let's erase those points. And let's go make this 1 and this 2 and this 3. So when I go to negative, and I'll make this -1, this -2. So when I go to -2, and then I want to go up 1.5, I'm going to do -2, go up 1, and then half more. When I go to the left -1, then up 1, and up 3/4, I'm going halfway between 1/2 and 2. And then 1/4 times 0 plus 2. Well, anything times 0 is 0, plus 2 would be 2, so that'd be the point 0.02. I'm not going to go over any, I'm just going to go straight up 2. Then 1/4 times 1 plus 2 would be 1/4 plus 2, which would be 2 1/4. So go, this is going to be 1, it's going to be 2, over 1, up to 2, and then halfway. And then my last one, 1/4 times 2 plus 2 would be 2.5. So that's 2, 2.5. So 2, and then 1, 2.5. You could have also plotted up by 4 boxes there. So then that connects to be that line. You can always change your scale and make the number of boxes you skip to get to 1 the base number of your fraction. You guys try and find your points for the last part of that table there, y equals -1/2x. Don't miss that negative there. Okay? Go ahead and check your work for the last one. You should have gotten the points -2, 1, -1, 1/2, 0, 0, 1, -1/2, and 2, -1. Again, remember, if you look at my table or my graph a little closely, I skipped a box so that each box represents 1/2 instead of 1. So that way, when I graphed, it was easier to find my points. You didn't have to do it that way. You could have just gone to the halfway part of the box. You also really could have just plotted your 3 whole number points and connected those, and it would have been fine. Later tomorrow in class, we will do some more practice, and I will answer any questions that you have. See you then.